Hey folks, what's going on? This is Shadow Stars coming at you with another video. Today's video, gonna be covering a user request. User requested that I should cover AMC Biggums, and AMC Biggums did a live stream yesterday, last night. I watched parts of it, didn't catch all of it, because it came out super late. And then it suddenly went private for some reason. I don't know why. And then it just came back up. So had some time to go through the gist of the video, and I'm just gonna give you bits and parts of it that I saw that were huge red flags, huge issues in his logic and his argument in his live stream. So without further ado, let's hop into it.
88 shares of common. This is what I believe he will go ahead and issue right after. He'll bring us straight up to 250 even. Now,
okay. So the thing is this. I have my Excel sheet out. We know that if the vote goes through, the new total outstanding is going to be 144.7 million shares outstanding. Biggum seems to be making the point, hey, we know that the total authorized would be 550 million. You have 144.7 million. You add on 105.2 million in dilution. Yeah, you get a nice round number of 250 million total shares outstanding. And you would have sold that many 105 million shares to raise money. That seems to be his point.
after this conversion, it's a 10-to-1 split. So the price of AMC, I'm guessing, let's just say it happens, tomorrow. Obviously, who knows what's going to happen with the price before that. Obviously, they can change a lot of things. But I'm guessing, it'll be around $63 to $65, unless they attack the shit out of it right now. Like I said, I can't really tell you the exact number because obviously a lot can happen until then. So, but let's just say it's $65. He sells at this. Obviously, he'll drop the price, and then he averages down. Let's say he sells it as an average of $57. Okay. Let me see what that would be. Okay, so that would be. Sorry, on there's fucking boom. 6. That would be $6 billion. Okay. He now has $6 billion he's going to pay his. So he's got like $6 billion. After paying this, he'll have like, what? 24 here. 998. 360.
Okay. So let's stop it right here. The problem I have with his video, his logic, his old reasoning, argument, whatnot, is starting from here. First of all, that calculation of $63 to $65 post split. What I have here is the current price of AMC, $5.35. That's AMC Class A common stock. You have the Ape equity units at $2.42. I'm not going to be covering the current after hours price. I'm just doing current as of market close today what the price was. You have 517.5 million shares AMC outstanding. We got that from the preliminary proxy to Schedule 14A filing, and 929.8 million Ape shares outstanding. Combined 1.44 billion shares. Do a simple market cap calculation, share price times the total shares outstanding. Same thing for Ape. Do it for Ape and AMC, combine that. You get a total market value, market cap of about 5 billion. You use that same calculation. You add in the shares of AMC and Ape, 1.44 billion. You're going to do the reverse split. You know that they said that it's going to be 144.7 million total shares outstanding. Divide that by the market cap. You get a post-split combination price of $34.68. So I don't know where in the world, first of all, he's getting that $63 to $65 range. I don't understand where he's getting that. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Is he somehow trying to combine the price of AMC and Ape and then timesing it by 10. I don't know. I honestly don't understand his logic whatsoever. I can't follow it there. But first of all, that's my number one issue. I'm going to go down the list. Number one, 63, 65, whatever his price target, doesn't make sense using the current figures. Furthermore, to elaborate on that point, you have a 63 or 65 min-max. That's what I'm saying. What his calculation is, what his range is. Do the market cap calculation. Your company went from 5 billion market cap to suddenly 9.1 billion, 9.4 billion market cap. How does your market cap suddenly change? All you did was reverse split and combine your classes of shares. Your market cap doesn't suddenly almost double. You don't magically go from 5 billion market cap to 9 billion market cap because you did a combination of reverse split. No, we already know what APE and AMC will combine it. We're doing the 1-to-1 combination. It's different if you had a different type of conversion ratio. I think even then, there's no way you could basically have a market cap gain that much. But nonetheless, you're saying from this combination, somehow you gained almost 4 billion in market cap. Makes absolutely no sense. And another thing to point out, if your current new outstanding share count, outstanding shares, 144.7 million, you're really going to offer 105 million more? 105 million is nearly 73% of 144. Out of that 250 million total outstanding, that new total outstanding, that's 42% of that. 42% of your company, bam, diluted, and you suddenly think the price of the shares if it's at 63, 65, you'll sell it at $57. Does that make sense? Who's going to buy your company? Who's going to buy shares of your company at 57? Even if let's say we accept this absolutely bogus number, $63, $65, whatever, 60 something dollars. Who's going to take less, a 5% discount on it, on the shares, when you're diluting? You're going from 144 million to 250 million total outstanding shares outstanding. Really? You've diluted it more than 42%, increased it by 42%, but you're only going to take basically a 5% discount on the price of the shares. Who's going to pay that? What hedge fund? What institution? Who has the money to spend that much? I think he did 57 times this, right? So that's nearly $6 billion. $6 billion? Who's going to spend a total of $6 billion? Obviously, it's not going to be just one institution. But who has $6 billion combined, multiple institutions, multiple different companies, funds, etc.? Who's going to spend that much at that elevated of a price? Who's going to buy that large of a portion of your company? Does that make sense? No. And that's what bugs me. Videos like this, he's pushing out hopium. Absolute hopium. There's no logic behind this. How can you say that, first of all, you get this price wrong to begin with? Then suddenly you're going to, somehow you reach a round number of 250 million. You're going to say they're going to dilute the company 42%, and they're going to generate $6 billion. Oh, you want to put some perspective to it? How many ape shares does Antara have after this deal? After the FPA? 257 million. I'm just doing easy numbers. 257 million. They paid 220 million for that. That initial 60 million ape, 34.9 million paid. That second tranche of 106 million ape, 75.1 million. So 110 million for that. And they're getting additional approximately 91 million ape for that $100 million second lean note. 257 million shares. So you do that reverse split amount, that's 25.7 million shares sold. Do basic math. 25.7 million out of 105 million. Basically a fifth, 1/4. Not 1/5, 1/4. 1/4 of the amount of dilution you're saying. They raised $220 million, approximately, from selling 25 million plus shares. They're going to sell 105 million shares, and you're going to say they're going to generate 6 billion? No. That same Antara deal, if they, let's say, times it by 4, so they'll sell over 100 million shares of this new price. They're only going to sell that much. $880 million. That's what it would have been. If they sold that many shares, 105 million, they would have raised under $1 billion. But somehow you're going to say, you know what? Whole new system. After the reverse split, after the combination, somehow you're going to get someone to pay combination of people to give you $6 billion for 42% of your company. Really? Does that make any sort of sense? So a lot of the other parts of the video is just talking more nonsense. So I'm just going to skip to 1220. 1220.
Ever is fucking bad because shorts will get this, they'll cover, they'll lend it out, it's over, it kills everything. No, that's just impatience. What will happen now is all of a sudden Adam Aaron, like I said, he pays off $4 billion worth of.
Okay. We know AMC has over $5 billion in debt. Biggums, do you understand how a lot of this debt is structured? How those notes, how those bonds are structured? Do you know how those payments occur? Do you understand that? Do you think a lot of those bonds, those notes, etc., you can just purchase them back early with no problem? No. There are certain conditions and clauses that you need to understand with the debt. Not all that debt can be repurchased early. Yeah, for example, I'm going to pull up. We go to BlackRock, HYG, iShares, iBox, High Yield Corporate Bond ETF. You can search for AMC. Here you go. Par value of nearly 18.5 million. Current notional value 2 million. Trading at a massive discount. Look at it. Look at what it's trading at. Issue price 100. What's it current trading at? Nearly half off. Coupon of 7.5%. Coupon payment date, February 15th, 2023. Maturity date, February 15th, 2029. Making 2 payments per year. A lot of this debt, you think suddenly that because you choose to pay it early or because, it's trading at a discount, you can just buy it at this discount? You think there's no penalty clause for that? See? This guy, Biggums, he does all this reading. Look at all this research I did for Is the Phase 6. He thinks he knows everything about it. He thinks he knows all about the debt structure, AMC's debt. But no, he doesn't understand the other nuances, the other details. There are many different issues with AMC's debt where, for example, you pay it off early. There's going to be penalty clauses for that. Some of them you can't even buy back early. There's a certain date at which, from what point you can pay it back. So thinking that somehow that $6 billion you've raised, that you state, that $6 billion that they'll be able to pay off $4 billion of it and get a discount, so you'll be paying more than $4 billion of it. That's absolute just hopium. That's just pipe. That's just dreams with no reality whatsoever. So I'm going to reiterate. Issue 1. I don't understand how he got that calculation of $63 to $65. Makes no sense. Based on that, I don't understand how you're suddenly going to have an increase in market cap of the company from $5 billion to $9 billion magically. When you do a reverse split, your market cap doesn't somehow increase out of nowhere. That doesn't happen. Makes no sense. Second point. Thinking that you'll have someone buy 42% when you dilute your total shares outstanding. You can dilute 42% of it. You're going to have someone buy 42% of your company right now. Point 2 is that's absolutely delusional too. Who's going to be spending that much money? Furthermore, your delusion continues to go, thinking that if the combined price is 63 between mid 60s, that they're only going to take a 5% discount on it and buy it at $57. You're going to dilute that much, but they're going to buy it at a 5% discount? Does that make sense? When you had Antara, when they bought those 60 million shares at like 58 cents or whatnot, the 50-cent range, you think they're going to pay exactly at market price? No, they're paying below market price, if I recall correctly. These folks, these institutions, they're not going to want to buy your company at market price. Why do that? Then they could just rather time it and buy it at the price that they want to, time it right. They'd want a deal on it. They're going to want a discount on it. If you're going to dilute 42%, they're not going to want to buy it with just a 5% discount. It makes absolutely no sense. So it's absolute hopium thinking that. Furthermore, do the quick math. You do. Current market cap, $5 billion. Divided by the new total shares outstanding with your dilution. Per share would be $20. That's what the value would be. Now think of it for the folks that are in the situation that have shares of AMC. If your current average is greater than 5, let's say you have an average of $10. You're able to average down your average price of AMC is $10. Then what's your average going to be after the split then? You're going to dilute that much of your company. The value of your shares will go down that much, a lot more, significantly more. Once again, you're on the losing side of the trade. If you know dilution is coming ahead, dilution will result to short-term decrease in the price of the shares because your ownership amount decreased. Your one share is now worth a smaller percentage of the pie. When they had 144 million share float versus 250 million. It would, on an investing perspective, it would make sense. Sell before the share price tanks. Because that's what's going to happen. You're going to tank the price if you're going to dilute that much. Show me a situation where a company dilutes shares. Show me a regular company. Show me an instance where, whatever, a Tesla, an Apple, a Google, an Amazon, Meta, Facebook, whatever, AMD, Nvidia. Show me an Intel. Show me a company, a big company that does a share dilution, and that results in an increase in price. You won't find a situation. A share price short term will, a share dilution will in short term decrease the price. Maybe long term, as the company continues to grow, continues to earn more money, generate profit, then that value will go back up. But that's not the case with AMC right now. You're a company that's burning more than $200 million a quarter. That means every month you're burning nearly $70 million plus dollars every month. You're burning that much money. You're not generating profit. You're at a net loss. Your war chest is dwindling, meaning dilution. And now you're saying, oh, you know what? I'm going to vote yes for all these proposals. You're going to hope for a dilution that large so that somehow they'll be able to pay all their debt. And they're going to be able to fund all their different projects that they want to expand into. No, that makes no sense. That means absolutely short term, the value of your shares gets obliterated. Why would you be investing then? That's a dumb idea. As an investor, what I would do is, they're going to dilute 100 million shares? Okay, then dilute. Let me sell all my shares right now, and then I'll buy in after the dilution. Because I'll get the same number of shares a lot cheaper. That's just logical. I'm not giving advice, no financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do, what to buy, what to sell. This is just logic. If you can buy X number of shares at whatever price, but down the road, 2 months down the road, or a month and a half down the road, if you can buy the same same number of shares, spend less money, what makes more sense? If you're able to get the same number of shares for a cheaper price, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. Come on. You have to factor in that dilution. That's a big factor. And his crooked math saying that, they'll be able to pay off all their debt. They'll have money left over, and they'll have even more shares left available in the war chest to dilute more, to raise even more money. Ridiculous. First, they're not going to be able to pay off all their debt all in one shot like that, because no one's going to be spending all that money all at once to buy all those shares of your company. Makes absolutely zero sense. So for you and your 28,000 subscribers, almost 29,000 subscribers, for you to be putting out content like this, absolute garbage. You're leading folks to absolute financial ruin. You're giving terrible investment advice. Oh, you can say you're not a financial advisor, you're not giving advice, but you're giving them the wrong information, misinformation. There's no way the price is going to be 63 to 65. There's no way that Adam Aaron's going to be selling shares at $57. There's no way 105 million shares are going to be bought up at $57 each if the price is at 63 to 65. You selling those pipe dreams to all those folks that are holding massive bags on AMC? You are milking these folks. I'd love to know, do you have a position in this company? If you don't, okay. He says, I believe he said he does have a position. I've never seen it. I don't know. But I'll give him benefit of the doubt that he has a vested interest, that he has money invested into AMC shares and Ape shares. I'll be honest with you. I don't. Full disclosure. I have no position right now. I hold no shares of AMC, no shares of Ape, no options, no puts, no calls, nothing. No shorts, nothing. No one in my family. But you're going to give all this false information to all these folks. You got people paying you super chats. Who's this, folks? Grandpa Barney. $50 super chats. You're milking all this money from these folks. Giving out the wrong information. This is a pure grifter. You're putting out false information. You're tricking people. You're leading folks to an absolute slaughter. It's basically almost immoral and unethical at this point. How could you be doing something like this? You keep on selling them these conspiracy theories, these tinfoil hat theories. How many times have I heard you spout, oh yeah, they're going to sell all these shares and they're going to get rid of all their debt? The exact same BS that you told about Ape when you were pushing for Ape. Oh, Ape is going to be so good. They only have to sell a couple million shares and they'll get rid of all the debt. Well, guess what? They sold to Antara 257 million Ape, and all they got in return was $220 million. Brilliant, huh? They were able to sell millions, and 257 million, they got 220 million back in return. How much of that debt is that reduced? 220 million. What percentage of the total debt that AMC has is that? 220 million out of 5.1 billion? What's the percentage? Tell me that. Once again, AMCBiggums is selling you folks absolute pipe dreams, absolute nonsense, tinfoil hat garbage. For him to have such a following, for people to not question any of the stuff that he says, it's really telling. You folks, I laid out the math right here, simple. Current price of AMC, the number of shares outstanding right now. Pull it all from the 14A, the preliminary proxy material. Basic math, add on AMC and Ape shares. You get the total outstanding there of both classes. Multiply price of the per share by total outstanding. You get the market cap. It's all basic math. And for him, none of this is proven. Where's the logic showing that, you know what, it's going to be 63, 65? Where's the logic showing that it could be sold at $57 per share? There's none of that evidence. None of the logic. I showed you all the math right here. There's no way. And look at previous history. Look at what was done in previous deals. How much money they're able to raise. I would run far away from this guy. I would never take any of his information, any of his supposed DD. as legitimate. This is absolute scam. Absolute grifter. 9.4K views in 17 hours. A lot of that, I believe, was also, he made it private, so even less. Look at the reach that this guy has. Look at how many people were fed misinformation. So few people. I don't see anyone questioning it. Makes no sense. People keep on saying, oh, the DD is done. No, the DD is not done. Look at the filings. Look at the math. Don't believe this nonsense when he tells you, oh yeah, look at what I'm telling you. He's feeding you lies, misinformation. Please, folks, don't try to understand his logic. Does it make sense? Does he give reasoning for why those values are true? I tell you, giving you the exact values. Pull them up from whatever broker. Google it up. What the price of the stock is. AMC Ape. SEC filings. You can pull the exact number, the same number I'm pulling right now. The number of shares outstanding for AMC and Ape. Simple math. Adding the two classes. Simple math. Market cap calculations. Simple math. Calculations. Percentage of dilution. Look at the FPA. Look at the 8K filings. You can see how many shares Antara owns. You can see how much Antara paid for it. Got it broken down right here. Oh, it's just, I fear for folks. You trust a person like him? Is this the quality of DD that you can rely on? That this is the guy that you trust? Wow, that's shocking. Like I said, this is just all these sheep, lamb, being led to a slaughter fest. If you choose to blindly trust what this guy says, you need to verify the stuff that he says, and please verify all the stuff I put out. I'd love to see a counterpoint to this. Show me with proof. Show me with data. Show me evidence that can prove this wrong. I'd love to hear it. But yep, that's where I'm going to end the video, folks. Hope you appreciated it. Yep, I'm going to be going down the list. I said, got a long list of all these YouTubers. Be going down the list. Did one for Biggums. And I'll continue to go down the list and see their videos, react to it, and call out any of the misinformation. But please, if you like the content, hit the like. Subscribe. I appreciate it if you can subscribe. And share this content with folks that you think need to see it. A lot of these folks, a lot of these 9,000 plus folks that supposedly saw this, if they trust in what he says, let's look at all the comments. Oh, mad respect. Oh, big respect. Nice job. Epic. Best charts. Best explanations. All these folks. All just blindly following him. No. These are a lot of the folks. These are the folks that need to be seeing my breakdown. They need to be seeing the actual logic, the real math, not the lies that's being fed to them. Yeah. But once again, like, subscribe. Got any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to get back to you folks. But until next time, Shadow Stars out. Peace.